Oh, hi, I'm Lucy. And before I get into today's topic, I do want to address real quick the small little PSA I put out a couple days ago. In that video, I was basically saying that I think I'll be back sometime around October. There was going to be some sort of hiatus because I needed a new phone. Well, it's only been a couple of days and I'm back because I have a new phone. I got it way sooner than I was planning on. So, with that being said, we can go ahead and get into today's video. As you can tell from the title, today we're going to be talking about Jeffrey Dahmer and his horrendous crimes. This is not a true crime channel, so if this is your first video seeing, don't think that this is all I do. This is the first true crime video I've made, I think. I don't remember making any other ones. So it's not something that I always do, but I might talk about a few cases here and there because I do find it interesting. And just, I don't understand how people's brains can work the way that they do. So with that being said, if you're somebody who doesn't like hearing about gruesome things, this video is not for you, because this is some very not great stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. If my lashes look a little off, it's because I just sneeze so hard that I think I loosened them, so don't mind that. Jeffrey Dahmer was a serial killer, also known as the Milwaukee Cannibal. He would dismember and murder men and young children, young males. He only did it to males. He was born May 21st of 1960 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, to Joyce and Lionel Dahmer. Between the years of 1978 and 1991, he killed 17 males. His crimes involved rape, cannibalism, dismemberment, murder, and necrophilia. His childhood was pretty normal, but as he got older, he became more of a loner and started getting some strange hobbies. Unlike normal kids his age who, in these years, I guess they would hang out outside, play football, maybe they're into photography depending on what their personality was like, stuff like that. Instead of any of that, he enjoyed examining animal carcasses, and he started drinking very heavily at a very young age. But despite all of that, he still graduated Revere High School in 1978. Only 3 weeks after his graduation, he committed his first crime. He pulled over to the side of the road where a hitchhiker was hitchhiking. The hitchhiker's name was Stephen Hicks, and he told him to get in the car, they'll go back to his place, and they'll pop some beers. Jeffrey then takes him back to his place, and they do whatever, probably pop some beers or whatever. But when Stephen wanted to leave, Jeffrey hit him in the head with a 10-pound dumbbell and would not let him go, knocked him out. Jeffrey then dissected, dissolved, and scattered Hicks's remains throughout his backyard. When later asked why he committed the crime, Jeffrey just said that he didn't want Stephen to leave. Then there's a pretty lengthy skip. 9 years later, he commits his second crime. Jeffrey started attending Ohio State University, but had to drop out due to his alcoholism. His father then forced him to join the army, where he served as a combat medic in Germany from the years of 1979 to 1981. Fed up with his son's behavior, his father sent him to live with his grandmother. It was by 1985 that Jeffrey started frequenting gay clubs and gay bathhouses where he would drug men and sexually assault them while they were unconscious. Jeffrey was never even charged with rape. He was just put on probation for indecent exposure. In September of 1987, Jeffrey picked up a man from a bar and took him to a hotel. The man he took home from the bar wound up becoming his second victim, Stephen Toomey. Over the next few years, he continued to lure men in from bars or solicit prostitutes, and once he had them alone in a hotel room or wherever, he would drug them and sexually assault them and then murder them. After they were murdered, this is when he started experimenting with necrophilia and violating their dead bodies. His method of murdering them was usually to strangle them, and then he would do whatever he was going to do with their bodies afterwards. After they were already dead, he would either eat their body or dismember them and take pictures and then preserve the body parts in various places throughout his house, or he would straight up put them on display. His favorite thing to display was the men's genitals. During the time of all these murders, he was actually fired from his job at the Ambrosia Chocolate Factory because he was caught drugging and fondling a 13-year-old boy. For this crime, he still was not put in prison. He was put on probation for 5 years, and he had to register as a sex offender. Are you seeing a pattern here? The justice system, I can't. After moving into his own apartment in 1990, he started killing approximately one person per week up until the summer of 1991. His neighbors started complaining of strange noises and foul odors coming from the inside of his apartment. And then on July 22nd of 1991, everything kind of came crashing down because he lured in someone named Tracy Edwards with a butcher knife. Jeffrey tried to hold Edwards captive, but they were able to escape and flag down a police on the street. Upon entering Jeffrey's apartment, they found 3 severed heads chilling in his fridge, just with his food, like it belongs there. And along with other human remains also in the fridge. I guess this was his food though, because we know what he was doing with it. And then they found even more human remains just scattered throughout various places in his apartment. They even found a human heart in his freezer. Jeffrey then confessed to his crimes, and he gave them all of the gruesome details of each and every murder that he did. When his trial officially started in January of 1992, he pled insanity. After only 2 weeks, he was actually found sane and guilty on 15 accounts of murder, consequently sentencing him to 15 life sentences, which is equal to 957 years in prison. On November 28th of 1994, after being attacked by a fellow inmate, Jeffrey was rushed to the hospital, but he died along the way from severe head trauma. He is one of the most notorious serial killers still to this day in 2022. He's up there with Bundy and Gacy, and it's just some really disgusting, despicable shit. So he targeted mostly people who were poor and not whites, but all of his victims were male, and some were even very young, including that 13-year-old that he fondled and did not go to prison for. So that is the full story of Dahmer. I'm not sure when I'll be making another true crime video, because like I said, it's not the only thing I do, and I don't want it to become the only thing I do. I don't want to be one of those true crime channels. My wig is like, something's going on. Anyway, the next one will probably be a Sims video. I'm not sure. But thank you for watching. Please press the like button, leave the subscribe button, and I'll see you next video. Sayonara.